3, 2, 1. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 fragrances that you should add to your collection if you haven't already. They're long lasting, they're compliment getters, and you can wear them for pretty much any occasion. I've got memories of all 3 of them, and I gotta be honest with you, I absolutely love them. So if you're somebody who's getting started or you already collect these 3 fragrances, you need to know about. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome to Gentleman Becoming. My name's Jerome. Let's get started. So with Gentleman Becoming, the whole idea is to build confidence, right? You build that confidence, you'll be more successful. As you find more success in things, you'll find more confidence. Watch my intro video if you haven't already. And fragrances is a big part of that. I mean, honestly, it's not that complicated. A few spritz, you go about your day, people smell you, you smell nice. They're just great, honestly. Like every time I've worn them, I've gotten compliments. So the first one I want to talk about is Dior Sauvage. So good. It's kind of getting hate in the fragrance community, or it has gotten hate because it's so popular and it's kind of like played out at this point. But honestly, I don't think so. What you have to keep in mind with Dior Sauvage is that how it smells on the cap and how it smells when you spray it is not exactly how it's gonna smell when you smell it around in the air. Like when you smell that sillage, when you get a whiff of it, it's not exactly like it is smelling it right at the cap. Like when you first spray this on your hand or on paper and you smell it, it's rough, it's kind of harsh, but it's not exactly like that when you smell it out in the air. And I know because I've sprayed it on people and said, hey, I'm gonna be hanging out with you today, so just wear this, I want to see what it's like. But I know it's a compliment getter and it lasts really long. Like I get over 12 hours on my skin with this bad boy, and I always get compliments with it. Like I know it sounds a little bit weird, but especially from younger people, like early 20s, I get a lot of compliments with this. And so I think you should definitely add it to your collection if you haven't. It's got notes of ambroxan, it's got notes of pepper, there's bergamot. It's a linear fragrance. Like some of that stuff does tone down, but it never really disappears. Its entire lifespan on you, it's the same fragrance, but it's so good. So go to the store, actually try it on. Don't just spray it on the paper or spray it on your hand and whiff it all the time, because like I said, it's harsh. It definitely is, but it's good. You'll probably get compliments with it, and then that'll be a deciding factor. You can find a smaller bottle like this. This is 2 ounces, I believe, for around 70 bucks. I mean, you can shop around, maybe you'll find it on sale, but it's really popular, so you'll definitely find it in the store. If you're a little unsure about it, get a decant of it, go on eBay or go online, Scent Split. I use Scent Split a lot, and see if you can get a decant of this, or maybe your friends got it. Honestly, like, don't worry so much about smelling like somebody else or smelling like everybody else. It's very popular, it's mass pleasing, and that's why it's so popular, because it smells so damn good. But like I said, we're trying to build that confidence, and Dior Sauvage is definitely the way to go. So if you're in a tight space, go real light with the amount of sprays that you use with this. Sometimes you'll suffocate people with it as you're getting comfortable, but just go light with the nozzle and kind of play with it and see what works best in this temperature and that temperature and this occasion and that occasion and whatnot. It projects pretty good, its sillage is solid, and the longevity is great on this. So definitely give Dior Sauvage a try if you haven't. It's solid. The next one I want to talk about is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. I think the toilette's still good. I can't really smell the difference between the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum version that's out, but remember, this video is geared towards people who are beginning, and if you're somebody who's just starting, you can't go wrong with this fragrance. If you can cough up the dough for it, I think you'll be in a pretty good place. Bleu de Chanel goes for about 75 bucks for 1.7 ounces, and it's popular, so you can find it anywhere. In my opinion, Chanel fragrances are great. I'd say it's probably one of the greatest houses when it comes down to designer. They just make fragrances that work, they perform great, they garner compliments. What you smell right off the cap isn't exactly how it's going to smell on your skin. It's close enough, and the sillage, that trail of scent that you leave behind you, or that projection bubble that's around you as well, is going to smell like a little bit different, but it's really good nonetheless. It's got notes of grapefruit in it, it's got incense, you can smell the amber in it a little bit. It's just classy. It's great. I get about 10 hours. The projection, as soon as that grapefruit dies down, it sits closer to the skin, but it's still great. What I do is I'll just spray it on my clothes a little bit, or if I'm wearing a blazer, I'll put it on my shoulders, and it lasts. An atomizer is also another thing to invest in. It smells really, really good too, and the sprayer on it's really nice. That grapefruit, the grapefruit's so strong in it, and it smells awesome. It's juicy, without a doubt. In my opinion, it's good for all occasion, good for all season. Online, I see it for 75 bucks for a 1.7 ounce. This is the bigger bottle, so it costs a little bit more, but you don't need a huge bottle, especially if you have like a huge collection, or even if you have like 3 or 4. If you rotate enough between them, I mean, a smaller bottle is definitely the way to go, but you know, obviously that's up to you. I've worn this one out on dates, I've worn it in the workplace, I've worn it everywhere, just like all of my fragrance. And every time I go out on a date, I get compliments with this. Or if I'm sitting like at a bar near people are like, hey, what are you wearing? Or what's that smell? I can hear people talking about it. Or even when I walk past people too and it's crowded, like, yeah, I usually hear somebody make a reference to this, and it's definitely a compliment getter. Chanel is great with all the fragrances that they do, but the only catch is that it's kind of expensive, especially if you're somebody who's on a tight budget. Chanel fragrances usually don't go on sale either, so I'm sure if you look hard enough you can find them. I can never find them. Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, solid fragrance. If you don't have this in your collection, you definitely should add it. There are a lot of blue fragrances out there, but nothing like this. This is an all-star, so trust me. Bleu de Chanel, solid. All right, last on the list is Versace Dylan Blue. I've got a smaller bottle here because, like I said about rotating fragrances, and it's still a little over halfway left. It's a great fragrance. Like overall, it's mass pleasing just like the other one, so you can't go wrong with the compliment factor, but it smells different enough that it makes sense to own all three. It's also like a cross between Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel. And if you knew that before I said it, you are into fragrances too much. But yeah, I mean, it's got notes of ambroxan in it, just like Sauvage. It's got grapefruit in it, just like Bleu de Chanel. But it's also got some like aquatic notes, like water notes are in there. And the dry down on my skin is patchouli. It's sweet, but bold patchouli, and it's nice. Not like hippie, dirty patchouli, like no, it's kind of classy. And it still has those other notes surrounding it. But the star of the show, after about 5-6 hours, is patchouli for me. And it still projects, it projects strong. Like it's a great smelling fragrance overall. Just like the other ones, it lasts, it changes over time. And in my opinion, this one's probably got the most dramatic change out of the three. And that's not a bad thing at all. Just if you're into that, great. Like I said, because it's so popular, you can find it pretty much anywhere. So definitely sample this one. At work, I've gotten plenty of compliments with it. I remember this one time during the summer, we were all in a meeting, and it was towards the end of the day, so it had been on my skin for around 5.5-6 hours. And somebody, Dan, if you're watching this, turns over to me and he goes, "Damn, you smell good." It's like, yeah, I do. But that just kind of solidified that this is still projecting within arm's length, and it lasts. It's not very expensive either. Versace Dylan Blue can be found online for about 40 bucks for the smaller bottle. That's on fragrance.net, and you have to catch it while it's there. So if you see it online and you're definitely gonna buy this one, jump on it because it gets sold out pretty quick. Go to your mall, go to your Sephora, whatever it might be, and check out Versace Dylan Blue because I really think that it's a solid contender. You can wear it for the date, you can wear it for the workplace, you can wear it casually, it can be your signature scent, just like any of these. I mean, it's a solid fragrance. Like, definitely check it out. And if you're somebody who's going to take a real liking to fragrance and kind of get involved in that and really immerse yourself, check out some other YouTube channels, check out some other content, check out some other YouTube channels that are related to fragrance. You know, I personally like to watch Jeremy Fragrance, of course, right? He's the biggest one. You knew I was going to say that, so don't play yourself. But I also like Fragmental. Curly Sense has a channel as well. Big Beard Business, right? Big Beard Business! Gent Sense just came back. He's on there too. These are all people that I watch, and you know, they talk about fragrances, they share their experiences, or they share their opinions. So, you know, don't be shy. You can definitely find that information out there. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time, all right? Bye-bye. Utilize fragrance, wear it at work, wear it as your signature scent, wear it whenever, get used to it, get compliments, build confidence, feel good. Like, come on, man. Get compliments, build confidence. That's good. Don't take that from me if you've seen it. I'm gonna market that. I'm gonna do something with that, all right? So.